Hello, this is that creepy bald guy, and welcome to another episode of Guidelines to Not Sucking at Video Reviewing. Today we're going to be talking about humor, but I really wasn't sure what kind of title card I wanted to create for this subject. So I dreamt up this beautiful canvas. It's just gorgeous. You see, people, this is art, complete with metaphors, metaphors of metaphors, and metaphors of metaphors of metaphors. Look at the attention to detail among the crudely drawn stick figures, the bizarre placement of letters, the abbreviation of video into vid. I mean, it means everything yet nothing yet something all at once. Example, this is clearly Retro Gamer 3 raping the R in reviewing. Symbolism? I think so. Or what about this one? The cinema snob who looks suspiciously like a hippie and is not wearing any pants being blasted by Vegeta from Dragon Ball. Now is that symbolism? Or is it symbolism of symbolism? Or was I just high when I drew this? This is me touching a That Guy with the Glasses reviewer inappropriately. You can probably guess by the feminine hair and breasts who my victim is. Sean the Epic Fail Guy, who happens to be wearing a wig. Why is he wearing a wig? Because this is art. On the other side, we have the nostalgia critic and a one-armed AVGN holding hands, crapping on letters that spell humor, while I watch. That one is not metaphorical. That really happened at a con. Yes, those conventions they always go to, turns out they're just an excuse for scat parties, which I watch. Move up and you get a glimpse of Diamanda Hagan drowning in her own semen. Because even in death, that woman creeps me the f*** out. And at the top, we have this timely reference to A. Salieri Zilla stomping through Revutopia. And that is also Semen. Finally, on the other side, we have the distressed watcher, aka the amazing atheist, alone in the corner looking sad. That's not metaphor either, that's just reality. And apparently he has no eyes. So come on, is this art at its most grand and abstract? Or it could just be a piece of crap that I cobbled together in 5 minutes for the sake of cheap gags and something I could cut to whenever I get lazy with the editing. I mean, when I did the title cards for writing and scripting, those were easy, and well, my older stuff, that's just lazy. And the only time I should use that title font is Guidelines to Not Sucking at Video Reviewing, episode 13. This is lazy, and that is also Semen. But we're just going to say it's amazing art. So let's get into today's subject, humor tips! Now I know what you're thinking. Marshall, you're not funny enough to be doing this job. Well, that is why I should be doing it. It's not because I am funny, it's because I am not funny. I know from experience what not to do because I've pretty much broken all the rules of good comedy at some point in my life. But enough about me because we already know that I am amazing or terrible. Let's talk about you. When you're with people, how do you make them laugh? Or do you even make them laugh? You see, part of the reason why my earlier reviews are so shameful by today's standards is I had little experience with delivering humor. In reality, I'm not the kind of guy who tells jokes, I'm the one who listens to the jokes and laughs at them. So what you see here, for example, is a guy who had no idea what he was doing.
In fact, one day I'm going to track down the nostalgia critic, peel off his skin with my trusty box cutter, and wear it.
And restraining orders aren't going to stop me.
And then I shall be the nostalgia critic.
Okay, stop. Ow. I got about 5 seconds through that before I wanted to kill myself. And I made the video. I don't even want to know what you guys felt about that. Ugh. So if you are like me, I'd try being funny around the people who like you before presenting yourself to the people who won't. Hey, I said that this poster would make a great thing to cut to whenever I'm feeling lazy about the editing, right? This is awesome! But for those who have some experience with cracking people up, I ask again, how are you doing it? Is it the jokes themselves that tickle their funny bone? Would you describe yourself as witty, using satire, sarcasm, irony, etc.? What about puns, quips, whatever? If your strength is within writing these jokes, use that as long as your delivery doesn't get in the way. And, oh yeah, shit. One needs comic timing to actually pull off a joke. But we'll get to that later. And by later, I unfortunately mean next week. As you've probably noticed, it is getting darker, which is a sign that the day is coming to an end. Can we see that last still again? Man, I have some retarded-ass facial expressions. Anyway, I apologize that I had to cut this video in half. I just could not get it done on time, and I won't be able to get back to it until next week, where my facial hair will be a total new situation, and I have some respect for continuity in my videos. So there. In the next video, we shall complete the humor tips and discuss the different brands of comedy that you may exploit in your reviews, and why you shouldn't be a little douche monkey and use other people's jokes. Until next time, dear viewer, I have to point out that I was intentionally using Asa Larry's sign-off, because unfortunately half of you will be too stupid to realize that. Anyway, it is porn time!